So we live. Thank you for another episode of Handsome Man Problem. This is episode 3, podcast 3. And I'm very appreciative for everyone that join me and come in live and have talk with me, converse with me through this live. Handsome Man Problem podcast is a self-awareness journey platform for me that I'm going on that just allow me to learn and grow. Um, my initial objective is to promote healthy black masculinity.
Look, y'all ready, y'all ready, y'all ready.
Toxic masculinity is.
If you stay ready,
here I am.
You ain't
I'm
gotta
in a
get
space
ready.
where I feel free, where I can creatively
y'all
express
ready?
myself.
Look.
So I'm here to just give us some topics.
If you stay ready,
and
you ain't gotta get ready.
tell a little bit about my life
Already.
and some of the ways and things
y'all ready? Look,
that I've been through.
if you stay
and I got
ready,
through it.
you ain't gotta get ready.
And here we are,
Already.
part
Look,
3.
y'all ready, y'all ready,
Yes,
y'all
man.
ready. I go for that, I get it. Came in this game and you
So
cray
let's-
on a mission that found
let's
blood.
go
That's
back.
club
I
lit, but I ain't
missed
seen
a
too
week
many y'all
because
living. Seem like
My
everybody tryna feel it.
podcast fell on the Thursdays, which is the holiday. Got you. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, we just getting everything under control. This is part 3 for me. I'm learning. I'm figuring this all out. I'm figuring it all out. This is the first time. This is something I'm living out my dreams. So if you see me looking away or looking at something, it's me just learning this platform. I got. Somebody said check the sound. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now on the sound? Appreciate it. Thank y'all for letting me know that. Can't hear me. All right.
Got the whole world tryna ball so hard, still got that.
Can y'all hear me now? Oh man. All right, we'll figure it out right now. We're gonna figure this out. Join me back. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's not working.
What about y'all can hear me now? Thumbs up or no? Sorry, y'all. That's why. Still no sound. Okay, it's all right. That's the Instagram. Sorry, y'all. We back on. So let's just get to it. This is it's a lot. I'm learning this, y'all. Like I said, I'm learning, and as we go along, things will get better. So I just want to go into a little piece of my Thanksgiving because I didn't have a chance to talk about it. I know it's like eating leftovers. So I'm gonna say it quick. I'm gonna let you guys in on some of the things I got to reflect on during Thanksgiving. It was a long week. It was a stretch, and it was pretty good. It was fun. I got to see family, chill with family, eat with family. So it was fun. It was good. So let me get into it. So my last episode, I was speaking on abandonment and how I pursued abandonment and how it affected me. And this past weekend, over the Thanksgiving break that we had, there was a part of me that was, still felt a little abandoned. Like I said in the last episode, I'm working on that. But it was not until I got in front of my family members that I felt good. I felt happy. I felt whole to be around them. The reverse side of abandonment for me was to utilize that feeling and bring it to the surface. And what I mean by that is that the energy that I had, I just brought it. I brought who I was and what I had. And being around family, it just made me feel whole. It made me feel good. Uh, I didn't look at anything. I didn't think of anything. I just looked at the situation. I just looked at where I was at. I was looking at the moment that I was in, seeing my kids and their cousins mingling, having fun, eating, we all chilling. Um, so Thanksgiving, this past Thanksgiving to me, it was really fulfilling. I got a lot of fulfillment out of that, just being in that space, just being around family. Um, it was a second part of that where I got to see another side of my family. Person that I call my mom. She was a foster mom at first, and then she made it real. Uh, we got to eating, laughing, and going into old times, old memories, just chilling. And she showed me a picture, and it was a picture of a family puzzle in a heart form, in a heart shape. And for some reason, I looked at it, but I didn't really get a good look at it. I just kind of like glanced at it. Um, but it's not until she pulled out my piece of the puzzle with my name on it, and I was totally surprised and just amazed at the same time that I seen this piece of a puzzle, because just the past couple days before that, I was talking about abandonment and building myself and feeling whole again. And this piece of this puzzle was just like a piece that I didn't even have to add, that was already there. Um, and just thinking about it and seeing it right in front of me, it really just it set the tone when it came to how I felt about abandonment. It set the tone. It set me straight. It was some straightening there, to where what I asked for, I have. Um, and this past Thanksgiving was real important for me. I reflected on a lot of things, and that's why I took the week off. It was heavy. It was big for me. It was refreshing at the same time. And I just want to fulfill that when it comes to abandonment. Um, what I realize is the opposite of that is realizing what you bring and what
Eyes on the law.
something
Gotta put that
brings
blade
to
of the
you.
sun.
And
Tell me how you plan on getting swole if you don't
why
ever
I'm so
show.
heavy and strong on that is I look at my kids. I look at my kids, and what I realize now is that they could not fill that void of abandonment. They couldn't feel it as much as I wanted them to. I learned that, as I said in the last episode, that it takes time for you to build yourself back up again. So as I'm building myself back up again, I realize my kids adds to my joy and to my happiness. I couldn't really pinpoint exactly what it was, but when I just was staying true to myself and looking into myself, I realized that's what it was. It was abandonment. Um, and going back, just realizing that my kids could not fill that void. They just couldn't. I had them still unhappy, still not feeling whole. Um, so with me building myself back up, I realized the opposite or the flip side of abandonment is learning that my kids add to my joy and add to my happiness. And so I will do the same thing, add to them, which when they born into this world, they already born into being happy and free and being themselves. Look how much little babies smile when they first born. They smile so much because they just happy. And our jobs is just to add to that happiness. We can't feel their happiness, we add to it. And that's the flip side of abandonment for me, is that I look at my kids now as adding to my joy and my happiness, and learning and realizing that they cannot fill that void. That's their job, is not to fill that void. That's my job, to fill that void. And I've learned to fill that void with joy and happiness, and understanding that that's what my kids bring to me, is joy and happiness. And moving forward in life, that's what I would look to continue to do, is bring joy and happiness to their life. I always been that. I always been that. That ain't nothing new. I just couldn't figure it out. Abandonment again is what kept me close to them. Then now, not being around them right now, I'm a working man. And when I work too many hours, I get anxiety. I start to feel away from them. I start to feel separated. And I want to be around them, and I want to hug them and kiss them. So I might not go in a couple days. So, overall, it's tricky. You have to learn what it is and learn how to balance it, because it's ups to it and it's downs to it. But moving forward, I look at my kids as adding to my joy and adding to my happiness. They are no longer there to fill any voids in my life. I feel like it's a bit selfish, because they'll be put in predicaments and situations that they didn't ask to be in because of that, because you are looking for them to fill that void. And for me, it was abandonment. I always love my kids. I always will. I just had to see things differently. It was a little guilt trip. Like, dang, I was looking for my kids to fill this void. And just growing and learning and living, I learned how to flip that switch. So when it comes to how my weekend went over Thanksgiving, that's what I was able to reflect on. A piece of my puzzle was put to my picture that I didn't have to add, that was already there, but I do realize that I asked for it. And when it comes to my kids, so from both ends, it was enjoying, it was very enthusiastic. I just can't, I'm still high on that energy, to be honest with you, from what I'm learning about myself and when I'm learning about life in general. Mistakes are meant to be made. So I want to get straight into the topic, being that I gave a little bit over the week, over that last long period week that we was on. Well, I was on because I took that Thursday off because that was Thanksgiving. But my topic for today is, what would your older self, what advice would your older self now give your teenage or younger self then? I have a number you could call in, 718-447-0139. You could call in and give me your answer or your thoughts on what advice would you give your older self now, would give your younger self or teenage self then. Chime in, let me know. I'll answer one. I'll answer one, give one of those. That's which is gonna go into one of my topics. My older self now would have told my younger self then, play with that kitchen. Play with that kitchen. Ain't nothing wrong with playing with that kitchen. Things will always work out. Yes, it will. Totally agree. Things will always work out. But my older self now would tell my younger self then, play with that kitchen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I see there's a big talk about boys having kitchens, kitchen set. So that's something I would tell myself, man, play with that kitchen, man. Get your motor skills up. because it's just a kitchen at the end of the day. It's a kitchen set. It doesn't define who you are. So again, let's go back to the topic. What would your older self now tell your younger self or teenage self then? What advice would you give your younger self now? No, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. What advice would your older self now give your younger self slash teenage self then? What advice? Yep, get up and you know, so call in, chime in. I have my YouTube. We here live on Reflex Radio on the Reflex Radio app and live stream on YouTube and here also on my Instagram. So call in or chime in on my Instagram and let me know some of y'all answers. Again, here's the topic. What would your older self now tell your younger self or teenage self then? What advice? And my advice to my younger self would be, shoot, play with that kitchen. Play with that kitchen. Learn some motor skills. I would tell myself that because, like I said, now we're gonna get into that next topic. But now that seems like the trend because a young boy wanted a kitchen and then it's deemed as gay because he wants a kitchen. People are weird for that. But again, that's one thing I would tell my younger self. We have a number here, 718-477-0139. You could call in and give me answers and let me know what advice would you give your younger or teenage self. So while we wait for calls in or chimes in on that, I'm just going to go in on what I reflected on this past week. Abandonment was really real for me. And the reason why I'm talking so hard on it because, again, the definition is the separation of an important relationship. And we have a call. We're gonna hold that. We have a call. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, so you calling in to answer the question, the topic. So let me rephrase the topic for you. What advice would your older self now tell your teenage or younger self then?
So the advice my older self now would tell my teenage self or younger self then is the struggle is the point.
Ooh, that's a good one. She said the struggle is the point, and I felt that one. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
The struggle is the point. That's what the caller said. And learning what I'm learning now, I know God wouldn't put me through nothing that I'm going through now for no reason. He wouldn't do it. So I agree. The struggle is the point. It is. Thank you for that caller for calling in, giving us some insight on advice that your older self now will tell your teenage slash younger self then. Thank you for that. So going back to abandonment, it sits so hard with me. And the reason why is because I seen my mother being taken away from me. I seen it with my own two eyes. I was 6 years old, and just looking back at it now, I wish I said something like, "Yo, what y'all doing?" But I didn't know what was going on. But I seen her being taken away from me, and understanding that what I saw then and what I went through, that's what it was. The separation of an important relationship. Um, Her being separated from me and me not understanding what was going on at the time. I had a little resentment because of what I was told and somewhat of what I just seen for myself. But in all actuality, it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. God had plans, and He has plans for everyone, each and every one of us. So if there's something in your heart that tells you to go for it, go for it, because God has plans for everybody. Um, so abandonment really, I'm really learning from that. I'm really learning from that. We're gonna wait a few more minutes before we go on to the next topic. I'll rephrase the question because I'll rephrase the topic because I know some of you guys just chimed in. The topic, one of the topics for today is what advice would your older self now give your younger self slash teenage self then? What advice would you give yourself? We all going through our journey. We learning new things. We seeing new things. So if you could time travel and go back to that time, what would you tell yourself? Because we all say, I wish someone told me that, or I wish I would have knew. So now that you know certain things, what advice would you tell yourself? And chime in. We're gonna sit on that topic for maybe another couple minutes, and we're gonna move on to the next topic. Call in 718-477-0139 and let me know what advice would your older self now tell your younger self then. Let me know, because we learn a lot, we grow, and we learning, and some of us just move on, some of us stop in the middle, some of us don't, but we all have processes. So what advice would you give yourself, your younger self, or your teenage self? Chime in. We just got Nigerian King in the building. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hold on. Good, man. Yeah, we just got Nigerian King in. Thank you for pulling in, brother. Thank you for pulling in.
Already appreciate you.
So we just went on to the first topic, and since you win now, I'll just chime you in on what the first topic was. The first topic was, what advice would your older self now tell your teenage or younger self then? Give yourself a second.
I don't even need a second.
That's my boy. That's my boy. We on.
I would tell myself to shut up and listen. A lot of times I think I know a lot, even still. I have to catch myself and realize that you're given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Right.
You're supposed to listen more than you talk.
Right.
Yeah, man.
That's smooth. That's
humble.
smooth. That's smooth, because a lot of times we go out thinking we know everything, and then when we hit that brick wall, it's like you get flashes of things that people told you and said that you could have and should have did beforehand before you hit that wall. So that's a good one, man. So yeah, we still back. We back on it. We back on it. Chime in. What advice would your older self now tell your younger self / teenage self then? Like I said, my advice to myself, younger self, would be play with that kitchen set, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's what I would have told myself, because like I said, it's trending now that it's deemed gay for a boy to have a kitchen set. And I want to get straight into that topic since we here. Nigerian King answered the first topic. We moving forward now. We pushing forward. So ladies, this second topic, ladies. Would you purchase your son a kitchen set? Would you do that? And chime in. We have the number 718-477-0139. You can call in, give us your intake, your response. But I'm gonna give my response on that. Yes and no. And the reason why I have two parts, yes, that's, yep. All right, so let's get into it. Would I buy my son a kitchen set? Yes and no. And the reason why I say no is because if he ain't asked for it, then in a way, I'm not gonna just get it. But I would just get it on my behalf. But if he ain't asked for it, no. Yes, I would get it because I feel like it's a good motor skill for him to have as a boy. Just being able to clean behind himself, learn what a pot is, forks is, putting things away, being organized. That's motor skills that not just a girl need, a boy needs too, growing up. And I get it. As being a man, we was told that we just providers and the women is the ones that cook and clean. So I get it. It's not for a boy. I get it 100%, but it is for a boy. It's for anybody. What's your take on that?
My take, I'm a bit indifferent.
Okay.
Unless he asks me for it, then I get it for him. But me personally, I would want to show him myself in the kitchen.
Right,
in
bro.
A live actual kitchen.
Right.
And give him those skills in that way.
Right.
Than for him to get a toy. But if he did want a toy, I would look for one that's tailored towards male child. And I'm only saying that because I just personally feel like there's a feminization of the masculinity going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a fine line between that. It's not necessarily about the kitchen set, it's just the stereotype behind this.
Right. Absolutely.
The kitchen set. So unless like somebody came up with like, because if you think about most kitchen sets are pink. Most kitchen sets have like mostly feminine things to it, in my opinion. I'm not stating this as a fact, but it's just how I feel.
I agree.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a fine line, and masculinity is something that I take very important, take very seriously.
Right.
So that would be a fine. I mean, I don't even think there's no one way you can go about that, man, to be honest.
Right. Let me just say this. I grew upon having access to kitchen sets, and it wasn't
Same.
no boy one.
Same. Like easy bake oven.
Yeah, easy bake, bro.
My little sister had that joint.
Who had easy bake? Who had an easy bake?
It's cool because I was trying to cook it too. I'm
Right.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
snap,
you actually get to see it. So,
yeah.
My thing was, with that being said, I had access to those and I did play with those things. I didn't look at it as, oh, this was a girly thing. I looked at it as pots and kitchens and water and teapot sets and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's such a fine line.
Right.
It's like kids aren't really thinking how we're thinking. Like they're not thinking sexuality.
Right.
Like that. It's just that.
Mac Mills, you ain't have a easy bake? Ah, man. And most kitchen sets are not just for girls. I'm in the actual parent shops that the old school way to think of them. Right.
That's cool to know.
Life skills shouldn't be gender role. This isn't society anymore. Right. I feel like
are we talking about life skills, or are we talking about like the kitchen place set?
Well, let's get into it then, because what the trend is the father that got his son the kitchen set, he got backlash because that was deemed as gay because he got him that. And so that's where that's where it's coming from.
I didn't know.
Right. And right, I do agree life skills shouldn't be a gender role.
Nah, life skills is definitely not a gender role.
Right. I totally agree. And just going back, The number is 718-477-0139. Call in. And I just want to say this. It wasn't until I was maybe in my early teens that I got introduced to Power Rangers because in wrestling toys. You know why? Because I wanted them. I watched TV. I seen Power Rangers. I seen WWF wrestlers in the cage. We got a caller. I'm loving it. Thank y'all for the tune in. Caller. Hey, hello? Oh, maybe that person was scared. I'm not sure. What's up, bro? I don't remember the name, but I was the Green Power Ranger favorite. The Green Ranger was my favorite, man.
For me, it was always whoever represented the leader, because I always felt like I was a leader, so I always identified with that person.
Right. So it was call in. The number is 718-477-0139. Would you get your son a kitchen set? But just going back. Okay, we have a caller. Hey, caller. Hello?
Dollar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, this is Dollar Tree. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So, of course, I want to answer the question.
Hey, okay.
All right. And what I would tell my younger self is everybody is not your friend.
Ooh.
And your mom is your best friend. You never hate when your mother said that's not your friend. You know? And like, what she knows that is my friend. But I'm a mother, and I look at my daughter's friends, and I tell her all the time, that is not your friend. But now I understand what my mother meant.
Right. Hey, thank you, caller, for your insight on this. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your call. You too. Have a good night. That was good. That was a good one. That was dope. Y'all heard that? Your mother is your best friend. Everybody ain't your friend, but your mother is. True say. I agree.
How we go about selecting friends. Like everything we do, we learn from outside for the most part, unless we have parents that are woke to the fact of how social life is.
Right.
So, for instance, I say that because I bring back my heritage again, being Nigerian.
Yeah.
My parents coming here, first generation, they didn't know what going to school or elementary school was like.
Right.
Out here, they know what it's like back home.
Right.
But it's two different things.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of times you learn everything from your friends. You learn how you're supposed to talk, how you're supposed to dress, what you talk about.
Right.
So these gender roles and different things that society plays out it's a really fine line, because it's like we're talking about societal norms.
Right. I agree.
And it's like we're living in a great time where everybody's questioning things as we should.
I agree.
We're trying to figure out what works best for each and every one of us individually. But it's difficult right now for me personally.
Right.
When it seems like there's an agenda at times.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna speak like I know the full agenda, but when I see certain things and I see who it's targeted towards, it bothers me sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's my issue with things.
Yeah. You know, hey man, and I appreciate your insight on that. We had a caller calling in. We had two at a time. So call back in when you get a chance. 718-477-0139. I want to hear your responses on the topics that we have running right now. The one topic that we on right now is, would you buy your son a kitchen set? And I just want to know if you would or wouldn't buy your son a kitchen set, would or wouldn't buy your daughter a tool set? That's another question. Would you or would you not buy your daughter a tool set? We saying gender, you know, learning motor skills shouldn't have a gender to it, and that's just seemed like what we was running on. Here we go with another caller. Thank y'all for calling in. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Oh,
I think you hanging up on them.
nah, my bad. Call in again. Call in again. I'm just learning. I'm learning this, y'all. I'm learning. So please call in again. 718-477-0139. You know, I'm actually having the time of my life with this Hansome Man Problem podcast, and my co-host, Nigerian King, Dami. You know, I appreciate your element. Once again, man, it just bringing life to everything that I envision. It really is. Second topic: would you buy your son a kitchen set? And let's just go back into that too. They do have kitchen sets that's not so. Oh, yeah, right. We're gonna hold that for me, bro. All right, we got a caller. Hello, caller.
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling in. So you have a answer for our topic question. Which topic you on?
Yeah, for the handsome man pertaining to the son and the.
Would you buy your son a kitchen set? Yes, that's topic number 2 that we on right now.
Yeah, I would. I have no problem doing that. Who's to say that he's not into cooking? Why not start him from young? Why wait
Right.
until he gets older? If he shows the interest in cooking, sure, why not? Same thing like with if I have a daughter and she wants a toolbox, I will definitely get it for her.
Right.
It's all about what the kids are interested in. I'm not gonna force them, to like what they want. I'm here as a parent to guide them and to lead them.
Absolutely. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for tuning in.
No problem. You guys continue to do your thing. I'm really excited and just, continue consistency and everything will work out best.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Yes. Right. That's what's up. Yes, she will buy her son a kitchen set. Because I feel like I said, for me, I just looked at it as I was just playing with a toy that I had access to. It might have been we got another caller. Another caller is busy. Keep it calling in. Keep the calls in.
Just don't hang up on them.
I just don't. Right. Caller.
Hello.
Hi. Which topic are you calling in for?
About the kitchen set.
Okay, so the topic question is: would you buy your son a kitchen set?
Yes, I would. And I personally feel like the society, like how society sometimes depicts these things, like because a boy wants a kitchen set. Like even this whole chat, it's like a boy wants a kitchen set. Oh, he's gay. Oh, that's feminine. I feel like those messages are the actual messages that like hurt the children. And if I honestly feel like if someone is gay, the kitchen set is not gonna, it's not gonna bring out something that's not there.
Right.
If a child wants to play with that and that's just what they want to play with, I don't feel like it's promoting anything per se. I feel like them hearing those messages and that's something they really want to do, then they may internalize like they're gay.
Absolutely.
I must be gay.
Absolutely.
And it
I don't
has
know if that
nothing
has to
like
do with
gay means you
sexuality.
like the
I agree
same.
with that.
Well, it's a lot of things with gay means, but I'm just saying like that has nothing to do with being gay. Like
Yeah,
nothing.
facts. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
And like chef is like a dominant. It's like men. Men are mostly chefs. Like that's a male field, and it's just like it just doesn't make sense.
That is
Like,
true.
it
That
just
is a
doesn't
male.
make
That is a
sense.
male. That is a male occupation.
Thank you for calling in. We're gonna piggyback
That is a
off what
male
you said because you
occupation.
made some valuable points. So we're gonna piggyback off what you say. Continue to chime in and tune in. Thank you.
That is a good point. I never thought about that.
Right. Yeah, y'all heard that, man. Okay. Okay. I pray it's 5-2. It's
We
5-2.
We need a brother to call in, man.
Yeah. Where our brothers at? Call
I
in,
love-
brothers.
by the way, I love the feedback from the women.
Oh man.
I learn. I like to learn. Like I
Right.
said, just me personally, I wasn't brought up in that way. I don't associate it with somebody's sexuality.
Right.
You know, it was something that I would associate with male and feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm getting older, I've learned different.
Right.
So to just hear this topic is
Right.
very, very interesting now, because you know, the closer you get to having kids, you have to really understand: are you doing it for the kid, or are you doing it for the world?
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
and this almost piggybacks into what we was talking about last week. Are you loving your girl for you, or are you loving your girl for your friends?
Right.
So
Right.
it's a very interesting topic.
Yeah. And again, just going back off of what the caller said, at the end of the day, we have Roz Lenz. He said, I grew up in the kitchen with my grandmother, and she said it was essential that a man knows his way around the kitchen.
Mm.
Shout out to Roz, and shout out to grandma. Shout out to grandma for that one. My man probably chefing up good. You know, he doing his thing. Shout out, bro. I thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. So yeah, that was a big talk, you know. I had a talk with my son's mother, and I asked her the question, and I would have felt the way if she would have said no. I would have felt the way if she would have said no. And I'm glad she didn't say no, because I don't see nothing wrong with a boy having a kitchen. Even if his sister had one and he happened to go play with it, it's access to motor skills.
That's
People.
how most young boys do.
Yeah.
Like I said, my little sister had an easy bake oven. I was playing with it too, because I was trying to make some chocolate cake.
Roz, the number is 718-477-0139. Call in.
I hear that number.
So let's get into the toys. Yeah, let's get into it, because like I said, it wasn't until I became maybe like 11, 12 where I started saying, hey, I want wrestling toys. So we got a caller. Let's see. Caller. Which topic you calling in on?
You got the kickback in the back. Hang up and call back.
Call back, caller. My bad. Call back, y'all. Call back. We're gonna let the tunes play out until we get that call.
My thing though, because all right, go ahead.
Got the call. Okay.
Was that Rosalind?
Caller. Which topic you calling in on? Hello? Yo, what's good? What topic you calling in, bro?
Yo, this is boy Ross. Still on that Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more.
Let's do it, bro.
Yeah, because right now my son is 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, like I said, one thing I learned about life from my grandmother is the fact that it's essential that a male has skills that goes beyond just the stereotypical aspect of it.
Right.
Because my grandmother always said, you never know if you're going to be the breadwinner, right? Or your wife will be the breadwinner. So which means you got to be acceptable to coming home, washing dishes, washing the clothes.
Y'all hear that?
Because she's out.
Right.
A lot of guys feel like that's a downplay on them. Because
Absolutely.
it's like, oh, she's the woman of the house. No, she's not the woman of the house. She's your partner. Right? The same way if it's where she wasn't working and it's only you basically working, you would expect that when you come home, she would cook, she would clean.
Right.
So that's why I said, like, the way the American system is embedded is like it makes everybody have to choose, right? Yes, God gave us choices, but the choices was between what's wrong and right.
Right.
To me, having a kitchen set is not saying it's wrong. It's not a wrong or right decision. It's a personal choice in which benefits
Absolutely.
the male or the young female.
Absolutely. And I just want to appreciate you as a man calling in, chiming in, being transparent and vulnerable about what we go through as men. I appreciate you giving your insight on this platform, Hansome Man Problem. Thank you, man.
No problem, man.
Yo, I feel like I live under a rock. Like I have not heard anything about this topic.
Yeah. Shout out to Roz, man. I appreciate your insight, man. It was definitely a piece of element that was needed to the topic. Coming from a male perspective. And this is what this platform is for. I'm gonna keep emphasizing that this platform is to promote healthy Black masculinity. And being in that kitchen is healthy masculinity, no matter what. It's healthy. Get in that kitchen, get your son a kitchen set. I just want to say there's kitchen sets that doesn't have pink in it, doesn't have purple in it, it doesn't have these colors that we say are for girls. We can separate the two and however you want to put it for as genders, but there's warm colors like red, black, and green, blue that's out there. Kitchen sets that's made like that for boys. So you know what I mean? Like someone
This
Destiny.
Interesting. I never really thought about this.
Yeah, finding Destiny
really
Happy Hour said better a kitchen than a corner on the block. Absolutely.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
This one was big on me because, like I said, man, I came up on kitchen sets, and I'm be honest with you, I was picked on for that. I was looked at as this or that for playing with kitchen sets, but I didn't care, to be honest with you. I really didn't care. Like I said, even let's get down to the dolls. The dolls, I used to tie the string around the Barbie dolls' hair and swing them around. I never really played in their hair. These are things I saw Power Rangers doing on the movie, making them fight each other and flip and do all this. That's what I had access to. That's what I played with. I didn't look at it as a gender role. Maybe some people around me might have did, but I didn't, and I didn't care. So for this topic to be trendy right now, I'm glad it's a thing because I want to talk about that. It's experiences. Learning to cook is a necessity in life. Yeah, for man or woman, you just need to learn it. And that's something for me. I'm looking to learn. Someday on the show, maybe we'll have a cooking course, a brother come up in here and cook a short meal, and you. Boom! Look at that. We got
a couple of them. You talking about Willis, Patrick? Yeah.
Couple. Look. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this?
Did he be doing that too?
Y'all hear this? There's nothing more attractive than a man that knows how to cook. Should be taught in school. Yeah, I feel you.
I remember they did used to have.
Right, they had a little
it was hard.
Yeah.
Like I remember. I
look,
was interested in that.
This is getting bigger and bigger, and I like this topic because now we may have a pod whenever cooking on the show where if any man that's watching, want to learn a quick fix, a quick meal.
What's the number again?
The number is 718 477 0139. Yes, Chef Willis, Diddy Chef Willis, Diddy. Yo, we gonna figure this out. Yo, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the platform is made for. I'm gonna learn how to. I know how to cook bare minimum. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, me too. I'm lazy when it comes to that though.
Bare minimum. So this will be helpful. Do y'all look right? Somebody's like, do y'all bare minimum? I know how to do it. I know how to feed myself, and I know how to feed my kids. But what I need to learn is the seasonings and the.
The ancestors be telling me that. I know how to do that.
Me and salt and
like that's enough, my son. I'm like,
so I'm in the process, and I'm in the phase of really learning how to cook, and putting my love and affection into it. That part is natural, but
that's a secret ingredient,
right? Secret ingredient, cooking for life and wellness is most important.
Let me put this number in the chat.
Yes, it's definitely most important. So yes, that's the number. So get your son's kitchens. There ain't nothing wrong with no kitchen set. All should know how to do that. Eating and it's critical, right? It's all critical. It's all critical. And I think everyone that chimed in, tuned in, called in, and gave their input on our two topics that we have thus far. It's been rolling. The call's been coming in. The activity been great. The interaction's been good. On both ends. With that being said, yeah, just like we said, we're gonna have some chefs come up here, men, and put on a show for ladies and men that's watching that want to learn. Cause I do. I do. So
is it fair to say there is no gender role in anything? Is it fair to say that? Because if we think about it,
okay,
a lot of things aren't really tied to sexuality. Like I wasn't tying,
right?
When I was speaking my point, I didn't view it as because a kid plays with a dollhouse, he's gay.
Yeah, that was the trend. Yes.
So that I didn't associate that with sexuality because I know some gay people that dress like I do. You wouldn't even know they're gay.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
absolutely.
Like, what is a gender role?
Right.
Are we safe to say that we're going to cut that completely off moving forward? Because it seems like that's what society is trying to take that
right
step towards.
What I would say is it's fair to say we should look into that. That's what I say. It's fair that we say we should look into that. What you think, Fly? What you think?
Bring up another thing that's considered a gender role outside of cooking.
Outside cooking, I can list. I'll give 4. Video gaming. I'm not gonna be.
Everything is about mental model you subscribe to. However, each genre has a role designated by creation. Gender. Absolutely.
They don't have the skills like men.
Yeah.
Right.
Construction workers.
We had gender roles. Yeah. It's outdated.
Like women, construction workers. Like I see.
Right. Let's get into women doing construction. There's a woman right now.
Or work like construction. Anything that's supposed to be gritty.
Right.
Because it's not really
some careers.
It, really
give me call in Queen Mama and let me know what's some of those careers that we can consider gender role. Mm-hmm. Definitely not outdated. I'll paying the bills. That's what the roles of a man.
But what if she's the breadwinner, like it was said earlier?
Roles are needed. Someone's saying roles are needed. Right. I do agree.
Roles are needed. We're talking about gender roles.
Gender roles. Yes, roles are needed, but yeah, we are talking about gender roles.
See those roles, yeah.
Give me some gender roles. Like what is set to be women should do this and what's set to be men should do that. Give me Okay. We got a call. Caller, what topic you in on?
Yo, what's up, man?
What up?
Yo, my name is CJ. I'm good close friends with Dami. We go to the same gym together.
Okay.
Just wanted to touch on, like, I think your question was something about gender roles, like what's another gender role besides cooking?
Yes.
I wanted to point out the role of maintenance. Like, why I say maintenance in terms of like something, for example, could be like doing a car's oil change, or like being on top of like your car payments, or like different types of payments in terms of what you have to do to sustain yourself in life. Because for example, like when it comes to like changing oil, like anybody can do it. Like usually, like my mom, for example, like my sister. Like when it comes to that, like you'll be like, oh no, like you do it, like you change the oil, you do that. But I'm like, it's something that you can learn as well. Because say like you don't have a man in your life, like does that mean you're not gonna get your car's oil changed? Something like that.
You're not gonna pump your own gas.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely.
So if we're talking about that too, with what was going around, how about some of the memes that are going around when a woman's pumping her gas and the guy's sitting in the car, and then that guy in the car's masculinity is attacked? They say, "Oh, he's not a man because he's not pumping the gas."
Right.
So if we taking that in one section, it's got to be all across the board.
Right. So I appreciate your call. We're gonna piggyback off what you said and keep it going. Thank you for your call. Thank you for listening
CJ,
in, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo. She said, "Nah, you just take it back to the dealership." Yeah, she's wild.
He needs to pump that damn gas. So that's what we're saying. is that a gender role for a man to pump gas? Or is that just for men, or women could do it too?
See, the only thing with this is that I just feel like people are going to be selective on when they want to use it.
Right.
You
That's
know what I'm saying?
politics for you.
Exactly.
That's politics. They
Exactly.
selective winning.
It's
Yeah.
very subjective.
Right.
Like,
Very
There's
subjective.
really no right or wrong answer, and you can't really blame somebody for when they raise their kid a certain way.
Right.
But it does feel good to know that a lot of people are at least have that open minded.
And if you feel that man should pump that gas, make sure
I
you
agree.
dealing with
I
a
feel
man
like I should
that
pump the gas.
right. Make sure you're dealing with someone that actually agrees with that too. You know, a man should want to help a lady out, be a gentleman. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but that's not what we're referencing in that moment, of course.
Men should definitely pump gas if they go to the gas station with their woman. I agree. She said, "Pump that."
100%. I agree. But what I'm doing, I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate.
Yeah, we got to play
Don't-
both sides.
yeah.
We got to play both sides.
Yeah.
We definitely got to play. That's what this platform is for. We playing both sides, you know. But like it says, is due to your discretion, you know. Me personally, I probably would pump the gas. It might be, it might not. I don't know how I'm feeling. The only gender role is a woman having a baby, right? Everything else is a person's strength and respect of the other person's, like the gas pumping,
I never heard
being
that.
a gentleman, right?
Who said that?
Soca Warrior. That was a good
That's pretty, that
good
makes sense.
insight. I like that one.
So
She,
you're basically saying like you pick and choose with your roles, certain things a man is doing,
right.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about gender and submission. Ooh, we let's
Submission.
Oh man, that's a whole nother topic.
That's a spicy
Okay,
topic.
so Marsh, we're gonna do submission on the next pod. That's gonna be part 4. Come tune in for that. We're gonna get into that. I agree with Soca Warrior. Me too. Not
course,
good at
Soca
all.
Warrior.
Gender roles exist. I agree. Women and men are different and made differently for a reason.
Exactly. So that's why I keep bringing up this fine line.
Right. Like he said, it's a fine line. There is a fine line.
It's a fine line.
It is a
It's
fine
very-
line.
It's very interesting.
Let's be fair on that. It's a fine line and very interesting, right?
Because for me, it's not only like, let's say pumping gas, for instance. For me, that's not a gentleman thing. I feel like that's a protector thing. Because for me, I'm out the car. I can see what's going on around the car instead of sitting in the car and having my back to things. I don't like having my back to things. That's like that's like being in a restaurant and my girl has me sitting with my back towards her. Yeah. So for
Predator
me, just
instinct.
my protective instincts is like I'm pumping the gas so I could make sure nobody pulling up on the car, this, that,
Right.
and the third,
Right.
and I could be the
Right.
first to react.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
that's why I pump gas, and I think that's why some ladies will want to do that.
Yeah,
too.
of course.
And also
Yep.
if it's cold, because you know we got some divas out here, but it's cool. But when they by themselves, unless they
Right.
live in Jersey. But
I
Yeah,
said
it's interesting,
protecting
man.
is a man's job. Yeah. Protecting it's instilled in us. It's not that it's a job. That's what we do. That's what we do. It's an instinct.
I know some women that got that instinct too.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some women that got that instinct too.
Yeah.
And I posted not too long ago. There was a meme where it asks, "Would you help your man in a fight?" And it was a dude being choke slammed, and it said boyfriend. So I'm like, yo, my woman better help me in the fight. If she see me getting choke slammed, she better hold me, grab me in the midair or something.
No, but I'm gonna say it depends on the situation.
Yeah, if
Like,
it's one-on-one, she gotta let me get my ass
If
whooped.
it's a fair one-on-one, but if it's like you're about to get jumped and the big dude comes at you first, and everybody's about to surround you.
Right.
And you only have one guy that female, then she has no choice but to react because she about to get hit.
I agree. Black women do tend to play both roles. All I'm saying is, baby, get me off the ground. Get me up, baby. Get me up. Patch me up, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't laugh at me for looking like Martin when he was in the ring fighting Tommy Hearns. Don't, you know what I mean? Or lumped up. She said it's no one on. Right.
That's
Right.
Cool.
Right. No one on. Hey,
It's interesting.
yeah, that's cool. Like, cool. Jump in with me. Jump in with me. I don't care. Look,
Nah, if it's one on, I want that
nah,
one on.
right. I want my one on too, but pick me up. We got a call. Caller, welcome to Handsome Man Problem. What's up? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let's.
Yes, it's Soca Warrior.
Hey, Soca Warrior, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks for calling in.
Of course, I had to speak on how Black women like to jump in for our men. Quick story. A long time ago, when my husband and I were dating, we used to get in the dollar van down by the ferry.
Oh God.
Now, my husband, he's cool. So he's standing behind me. I get in the van, and then I see some chicks behind me and sit next to me, and I'm looking like, where's my man? Like, who are you? Where'd he go?
Right.
And he's outside the van. And I said, babe, what happened? He said, oh, she came in front of me. I'm not going to push her. She's a female. I said, okay, cool. I said, excuse me, miss, this is my man. Can he sit next to me? And she's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, all right, I'm going to leave it alone. So she goes to the back and she said, you could have said, thank you. And I looked at her, well, you shouldn't have jumped in front of my man. And then,
Right.
we got into it because
Protect your man.
I'm always going to protect him because I feel like some females like to hop onto men because they know they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, that's a good protection story.
Nice.
Yeah,
Protect that man.
Woman, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Protect that man. I appreciate you calling in, Soca Warrior. Thank you for your insight.
Yo, you ever seen a woman try to bang on like a waitress or something like that just because they like women?
Y'all heard that story? Like she was gonna protect her man. She's gonna protect her man. Like you said, there's some women with that instinct too. Yeah. So that doesn't define gender, as we can see. It's not only men that are protectors. We have women that protects too, that will, like Mac Mills said, no one ons, no one ons. Right. You better hit him, baby. Yeah, I crack myself up because we are natural protectors. Just like in the jungle, we go out and we go.
That's that part. So
okay, we got something.
True Blonde, she said, I'm not dating a man that's expecting me to fight another grown man. And that's where I'm coming from too.
Right.
I don't want my girl jumping in when I'm fighting a dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I'm getting jumped, I mean, honestly, I want my girl to get up out of there. I'll figure it out.
Turn the car on, baby. I'm gonna hit him and turn the car on and I'm out.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Protecting me from another woman,
that's different.
That.
Yeah, yes.
I'm not about to hit no woman.
I agree.
Some people say I get it, but I just
it's more of pros and cons.
Right, pros and cons.
My thing is, they should never got rid of self-defense.
That was a good.
They should never.
That was a good answer.
Yeah, but even that self-defense is. Yeah, of course, 100%.
Right.
But for me personally, and I'm speaking from me only, like I couldn't, with the power I got, I'm not punching no woman.
Sure.
I don't care if I'm right. Like I hit her, she cracked her head on the floor, and she died. That's something I gotta deal with. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just physically.
I have
stronger.
somebody said, of course you're not gonna want it to happen, but if it happens, it happens.
Nah, I'm always. I mean, yeah, you right. But if I could
you wouldn't
run up
want
out of
that.
There, if I could run up out of there, I'm gonna run. I don't care what it make me look like. Yeah, I'm not hitting. I'm not.
Right.
Unless she got like a weapon or something.
Yeah.
But like if she just like, I seen some videos where a woman just throwing off on a dude. I'ma of course get her off of me. If that means me shoving the shit out of her, I do that. Cool. But I'm out of there. I'm not even provoking the situation.
That's why I said self-defense.
Yeah. It's difficult, man.
Yeah, no, and true say, I personally, I definitely wouldn't want, and especially if it's against another woman, I'm hoping she gonna step in and defend me.
Yeah.
But truly against another man, I really would just want her to be out the situation.
Yeah,
but be there.
Watch
Okay,
my back.
if you got a weapon, I was always told pick up something and knock them out with it. If you could do that, sure enough. But I would rather you turn on that car so I can rock them one time and we out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would rather. That's me. Just to keep you safe, because there's dudes out there that will be gladly to hit on a female, be gladly to knock you out just because.
And then like protective instincts for everybody's different.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
When I'm thinking protect, I don't want my girl in this at all.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
back up.
yeah. I got
Back up.
this.
Cause if something happened to her, I'm
Yeah,
gonna lose my shit.
yeah. Oh, your mind really gonna go
Yeah,
off.
like,
Yeah, yeah. I
nah.
agree. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Or we
So,
get out of here. How about that? We get out of here.
That part too.
I'm man enough to walk out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to put myself in this position. I could walk away.
Right.
I'm man enough even walking away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to prove nothing in this situation to that person or even anything or anybody. So let's both just walk out of it. But all in all, let's just say this. It's fair to say in some cases it's a thin line with gender roles. There's some women that
Very thin line.
would jump in. There's some women that feel like they shouldn't jump in. There's some men that probably feel like they would want their woman to jump in. There's some men that strongly feel that they wouldn't want their woman to jump in. And I agree. You know, I agree. It's a thin line, like my brother pointed out.
Very situational.
Yeah, man. And I feel like it's definitely depending on your nature too, who you are.
Let me ask you this question.
We have a question. What's up?
If now the roles are reversed, I want you to think from a woman's perspective.
Mhm.
Because it happened.
Right. Here's the question, y'all.
Your husband going to pick up his son from his ex. His ex boyfriend pulls an AR on him, tells him to get off the property, but he's young and a respectable man.
Right.
Would you A, drive the car off, then call 911, B, record, call 911, or C, jump in?
Mm.
If you had a gun in the car, but you kept telling him, do not make me use it, do not make me use it, do not make me come out this car.
Right, right.
I plead the fifth to any kind of gun talk.
No, because the situation.
Yeah. Okay. We done. We're gonna wrap this up.
Nah, that's a good question though.
So we're gonna keep all of this insight in for the next podcast, which is for Hansome Man Problem 4. Everyone, thank you for tuning in live. See you later.